Well, I guess it's time for me to do another holiday special. But which holiday should I do?
St. Patrick's Day,
Christmas Day,
St. Patrick, St. Nicholas.
How about both?
What?
That's right. It's a leprechaun tale with a splash of Christmas tossed in. You got it. Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. So let's go check this puppy out.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, so we're here in 1981 with Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. So this one starts off on sea. We are on an Irish ship called the Belle of Erin. The captain is pretty bummed out that there is no Christmas tree on this ship for this voyage. Tomorrow is Christmas Day. They so happen to be passing by this small little island and they notice that there is a pine tree on that island. So the captain gets the cabin boy, Dinty Doyle, and says, "Hey lad, why don't you hike over there and get that tree for us?" And so he does. But we find out right away it is not a Christmas tree. It's a banshee tree. As soon as Dinty took the tree out of the ground, a banshee was released from the ground in a watery spout. She was so happy to be finally released that she caused a major storm. Grateful indeed. But her plan for the storm was for what came after the storm. And that is with a fancy rainbow because of course, rainbows are attracted to Leprechaun's gold, which is what she wants. And so the rainbow does shoot down to show the location of this gold. To which Dinty finds the gold and glory be, he is just flabbergasted. The caretaker of the gold, a leprechaun called Blarney Killicarney, attacks Dinty. Not quite the same way Smaug the Dragon did against a certain burglaring hobbit, but attacks nonetheless. But he stops the attack because he sees that Dinty's a pretty good kid. He just got caught up in the gold fever.
I love gold.
So Blarney invites Dinty for a cup of tea and explains to him the whole history of this little island. So now we're gonna go to a quick little flashback. So it turns out the island was actually part of Ireland, and the banshee we seen earlier, named Old Mag the Hag, was trying to get the leprechaun's Christmas gold. We find out this Christmas gold is important to banshees because if they do not get Christmas gold before Christmas, they will turn into a pile of tears and stay that way forever. They're dead, they're gone, right? And this kind of shows why banshees always cry, because they're made from tears, so that kind of makes them a dead giveaway. Turns out they're also shapeshifters, so they can trick people into them giving their gold away, because the banshee cannot just steal gold. No, that's just rude. The gold has to be given to them freely. So Mag the Hag was trying to get the gold from Blarney Killicarney, because he's a gold elf. His wife is a shoemaking elf, so Mag the Hag used her shape-shifting ways to try to convince Blarney's wife to convince Blarney to give up his gold. Blarney's not giving up his gold, man, even though he has more gold than Carter has pills. And this whole gold possession debate actually caused the couple to split. Like, that's actually pretty sad because this was a really true love that these two had. But no, the banshee has to break it up. So Blarney dug his heels in and said, yeah, there's no way this banshee is getting my gold. Mag the Hag was so upset that she caused an earthquake. And this earthquake caused this little peninsula on Ireland to break away and float off into the sea, because that's how islands work, I guess. And it is now known as the Phantom Island of Furlee. So that's pretty cool. We have another little Rankin and Bass location off in the world somewhere that we can kind of visit. Albeit not that big of a one, but there will be gold in them hills. So Blarney got the help of St. Patrick to trap Mag the Hag. So St. Patrick was like, yeah, I hear you turn into tears. Can you show me that trick? Mag's like, yeah, sure. So she does. She turns into tears and she's a little puddle in the sand. So Blarney cruises over to that sand puddle, drops a pine cone in it, and St. Patrick makes this tree grow like boom. And that traps the banshee under the tree. I'm not sure quite how, but it does. So that's where she was this whole time until Dinty came along and just destroyed that trap. And now, bloop, we're back to the present. So of course, after the storm, Mag the Hag followed the rainbow to the gold depository and was able to drop a potion into the tea that Blarney was making. This turned out to be the potion of generosity, which would chemically force him to be generous and give away his gold, presumably to her. But in a quick thinky think of genius here, and unable to fight the potion of generosity, Blarney gives all of his gold to Dinty. Haha, nice thinking there, my friend. So Mag the Hag is pretty pissed off at that and she disappears. And Blarney's like, hey, Dinty, whatever you do, man, do not give the gold to the banshee. Aye, aye, sir. You can count on me. So of course, now that the storm is over, Dinty's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to my ship, and I don't have to worry about all this gold that I own on this island. But his rowboat is gone, and he can't see his ship out there.
Another but.
He does see a young lady on the island shore by the name of Colleen, and she's like, I was on a ship, and a storm totally crashed my ship, and I'm the only survivor of it. That's why I'm crying, because I'm so sad. Can you help me out? And Dinty's like, yeah, sure, you know. Hey, by the way, let me tell you the story of how I got to earn all this gold, because that's what you do with strangers right off the bat. Hi, how you doing? My name's Dinty. I'm totally rich. How are you? But he's like, I don't know what to do with all this gold. Like, this is almost too much. And Colleen, who is still shedding tears, might I add, convinces Dinty to give her the gold because she has a plan to get everybody back to Ireland. And she needs the gold for this plan to work. Now, this is where Dinty should have been thinking, what did Blarney say to me? He told me everything about how the Banshee is a shapeshifter, the Banshee always cries tears, the Banshee always tries to trick people into giving all the gold away, and this Colleen, as lovely as she is, kind of checks off every single one of those boxes, but, you know what, I'm just not gonna pay attention to any of that. And he's like, yeah, you know what, Colleen, that's a beauty idea, let's go ahead with that. Of course, she laughs, ha ha ha, you gave me all your gold. She puts him into a deep slumber, so he's out of it. He'll be sleeping for 500 Christmases. He's gonna miss out on a lot of candy and a lot of gifts, poor guy. But he is reawakened. Blarney and his wife come back together, so their love is rekindled. So with that, and with a little help by St. Patrick, that somehow breaks Dinty out of his slumber. But now Mag the Hag is going to go collect her gold, and as she's inches away from touching the gold, tragedy befalls her. Why? Because suddenly the sun comes up. It's Christmas Day. It's too late. She didn't grab the gold. So she turns away into salty tears. The sea comes up, washes her away. That problem is gone. So there's a rainbow hitting the pots of gold. The other side of the rainbow is pointing towards the Bell of Erin, making it the shortest rainbow in history. So we have a St. Patrick's Christmas Day miracle as the boat is loaded up with all the leprechauns, all their gold, and all their shoes, and they all set off back to Ireland, leaving this island behind. And this turns out to be the best St. Patrick's Christmas Day ever. The end.
So previously, I did do the whole Rankin and Bass Christmas cinematic universe and that whole story they had. This one is not linked to that one directly. It is part of the whole Rankin and Bass universe, just not a direct link to the main story. For a more direct link, you'd have to go to the Easter special, Here Comes Peter Cottontail, which kind of has a link between Christmas and then Easter and Halloween, Easter, St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, it's a little convoluted to kind of get that way there, and it's still not a direct link, but still. So that was a fun little tale. There wasn't a whole lot of character development or any character story arcs other than Blarney Killarney and his wife breaking up and coming back together. Pretty much straightforward story. In other Rankin and Bass specials, you have seen character development, as basic as they were, but not in this one. Just straightforward. Mag the Hag needs gold. Mag the Hag doesn't get gold. Mag the Hag dissipates. And that's it. After watching this special, I kind of noticed that I have a lot more questions after watching it. Most of it kind of surrounds Mag the Hag. Now they say she's a banshee, but to compare Mag the Hag to banshees, it's kind of like comparing apples to donair sauce. Donair sauce on an apple?
No, I'll keep it for the donairs. But still, like, really?
She ain't no banshee. Let's break it down. So, Mag the Hag is evil. How do we know this? Blarney said so. Also, she's angry enough to create an earthquake and destroy parts of Ireland in the process. Banshees aren't evil. They wail out or cry out when a family member or someone important has died or is about to die. People will say, oh yeah, they're evil because they're surrounded around death, but they don't cause the death. They're just an alarm for death. So no, banshees are not evil. Mag the Hag is made from tears and will return to tears and is always crying. The banshee, depends what region you're in, sometimes are depicted as crying, but that's because banshees are surrounded by death. So they're sad for this person who died. Other regions, they're not crying. So there is a bit of a stretch to that, but they did kind of, fall back a bit on the folklore with Mag the Hag crying. Mag the Hag is a shapeshifter. Okay, no. Different regions will have different depictions of a banshee. Sometimes a banshee is an old woman, sometimes a banshee is a young woman. That doesn't make the banshee a shapeshifter per se, but if you really want to stretch the truth on that, I guess you can say that, so they kind of did connect that, but it's not accurate. Old Mag the Hag can cause a storm. No. Unless the banshee is a mutant named Storm from the X-Men whose power is to create a storm. The banshee can't do this. Old Mag the Hag created an earthquake earthquake. No. Unless you're on the X-Men and your name is Richter and your mutant power is to create earthquakes. Also on the X-Men, there is a character called Banshee, but yet again, completely different character. Also, it's kind of funny that the Banshee needs Christmas gold specifically to survive. Why wouldn't it be St. Patrick's Day gold? Oh, if it was Halloween gold, it'd be made out of candy or chocolate. Unless chocolate is bad for banshees like it is for dogs, maybe that's the reason why she don't take that stuff. But that is the way it is. Also, if you're really big into cartography, you would appreciate how they used the map of Ireland and added to a peninsula near the southern part of the country as to where the island of Furlee originated from, and where the earthquake happened when the island was broken away from Ireland. So a nice touch, even though it's a smaller detail. Other than that, this one, it was pretty good. It is kind of hard to find a St. Patrick's Day special anywhere. It's easy with Christmas because there's so many characters you can make a Christmas special about. And Halloween's super easy too because you got a whole plethora of ghosts, monsters, and anything you can make stories from. St. Patrick's Day specials are kind of far and few in between, and it's not really about St. Patrick's Day, it's about Irish kind of characters like leprechauns and whatnot, so at least they had St. Patrick in this one, even though they also refer to him as Lord Patrick. Either way, it's all hip. I don't ever recall ever seeing this one on TV when I was younger. Didn't really hit syndication as much, I guess, but it's still pretty cool. And as always, if you kind of liked what you've seen in this video, definitely check out the source material. Alright, until then, have a beauty day.
Right on, and there you go. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it as much as I did making it. Also, feel free to check out the source material that I featured in this video. And if you want to leave a comment on anything you may have liked or things I might have missed in this, feel free to do so. Or anything else, just to say hi. That's cool too. And other than that, have a great day. Thanks.